That is called the cloud connector, HA configuration here. Cloud connector. So cloud connector HA configuration. Cloud connector, the HA configuration here. So we can also install the cloud connector in the HA. Why? Because we know cloud connector will play the very important role. Cloud connector will play the very important role. The communication between the cloud applications and backend applications. The cloud connector is a very important here, HA configurations. So here we can also install the cloud connector in the HA mode, which means how we have the HANA databases, SAP, we have the primary and secondary concept. Same as like for cloud connector also here we have the concept is called the master and the shadow role we can create it here, master and shadow here. The only thing is here both the cloud connectors are in the different host here. So here if you install in the SAP Windows 1, the Windows 2 is the secondary host, and also same version we have to install it here. Then same SAP host agent and cloud connector. So you have to install it. It will be up and running fine here. Then we can perform the configuration here. SAP Windows 1. Then this is the SAP Windows 2 here. So we can perform the configuration here. So then so all the sub accounts and everything will be running on the primary, the master node. Then in case of any issues, then in case of any patching or anything, then we can switch back to the secondary node here. We can switch back to the secondary node here, right? So unfortunately there is no automatic failure. To the sub accounts to the secondary node, but it will be reconnected to the sub account. So whenever you are moving primary to secondary, it will be reconnect here. So primary it will be down, then it will be reconnect on the secondary side here. That is only means it will go off and on the secondary side here, right? So here the thing is replication will happen automatically. Whenever you do any sub account, any changes here, automatically it will be replicated to the secondary node also here. So we can observe it in the log files and everything. We can observe the configurations and everything. We can observe it, what changes happened, how the changes are replicating to the secondary node. So here the host agent is the very important role here. It will play the replication option here. Moving the changes from here to here, the host agent will communicate here. To perform this one, what we required is the cloud connector should be connected and up and running here. So we have the two cloud connectors here. One is the SAP Windows 1, we have the one cloud connector, and one more cloud connector is the SAP Windows 2. Windows 2, we have the one more cloud connector here. We have the two cloud connectors here. So let me log into the two cloud connectors here individually and see are there any sub accounts are there or not here. Why? Because if the sub accounts are there here, in the primary it should be exist, secondary should not be exist, right? Why? Because we have to install as a shadow configurations here. So let me show you here. So administrator. Anybody knows the password? Anyone changed the password? Maybe reinstalled, maybe. Yeah, someone did the reinstallation, it's not working. So in the primary, it is working. In the primary, it is working here. So, but secondary also should be working, right? So, but not sure about the password, whatever we have changed it. Anybody knows the password? Anyone, when you are doing the reinstallation, there is a, you will give the password, right? Okay. So in that case, I assume, so no, your sub accounts are not exist in the SAP Windows 2 account. So then what we can do, but we can reset the password. The password we can reset it out. So for this one, what I have to do, instead of reinstalling, I can reset the password here. I need to stop the cloud connector here on the secondary node. Then primary, it is fine. You can see primary, we can go to the HA, high availability mode, right? In the HA mode, we can go it here. So here, so we have to enable it. Then we have to go to the similar configuration. We have to give the shadow system host details. So all the details we have to fill it here. But currently the shadow we are unable to log in, right? So in this case, what we can do, what I can do here, there is a new cloud connector version is available, 16.2. Oh, mhm. Okay. So here you can check with your current version. It's a 16.0 only. Okay. So we have the 16.2 also available in the cloud connector side here. So here okay, SAP Windows 1, the password is working fine here. So to reset the cloud connector administrator user, what you have to do, you need to go to the, so same SAP development tools or SAP developer tools here. SAP, the developer tools here. Here you see there is a, so here we can see not this one. SAP above development tools here. There is a direct URL, SAP Cloud Connector. Yeah, development tools. Here in the tools.ana, we go to the cloud connector. We can reset the password to manage initial status. We can do that one. So here to reset this one, so there is a portable option. You can see portable here. So for the Linux, you can use this one. For Windows, you can use this one. There is a zip file we need to download from the, so cloud connector here. There is a zip file we need to download from the site here. There is a zip file we have to download from the here. So in the zip file, there is a one XML file. This is the cloud connector administrator password reset. Okay, cloud connector administrator password reset. This is the one more way, right? So here, what I am doing here. So here, whenever you download, there is a zip file is created here. There is a zip file is created here. Just extract this zip file. So in the zip file, you see there is a one file here. There is a one file. Let me show you that file. So these all are the configuration files here. So here you see configuration, there is a users.xml file here, users.xml file here. So copy this configuration file, then go to the your current setup here. Go to the your current setup where your cloud connector is installed here. Where your cloud connector is installed here. So let me check where it got installed. So see SAP, SEC and config. In the config, we have the users tab here. So sorry, not here. Here, just you can replace the users.xml file. You can replace it here. So that the new file, it got replaced today. It got 1 KB here, right? You can delete this one. So now, why? Because we are resetting the password of the only administrator user here. So in this XML file, you have the user's details here. You see here in this XML file, you have the username and the password also available here. In the username, the password also available here, right? So to get this initial passwords, so just I copied that XML file to here, then restart the cloud connector. Just restart the cloud connector. I think we restarted. So once you've done the restarts, log into the browser. So then it's like a Windows 2 is the our Windows 2. It's taking time to respond. Okay. Yeah, administrator, administrator and manage the initial password. We have to use it here. And see here the current password, the manage. Then we can set our own password. The previous password, we can set it out here. So this is the way we can reset the cloud connector user password here, right? So this is the way. So you no need to uninstall, you no need to do anything here. Here we have the three sub accounts here, right? So whenever I am doing the HA configuration, so make sure here we need to take the backup of the sub accounts here. We need to make sure take the backup of the all your sub accounts. You have to take the backup here. All your sub accounts, you need to take the backup. Unfortunately, there is no backup, automatic backup procedure here. So here you have the option to take the backup here, right? So just you can create the password for the zip file. So I can just, I'm creating the backup. Suppose tomorrow something goes wrong, then we can restore it. We can restore it here. So that's the reason I'm taking the backup. And also in the primary also, we have the 27 sub accounts here in the primary. So I am also going to take the backup that one here. I am also going to take the backup of that one here. So I will change this backup to SAP Windows 2. SAP Windows 2. Tomorrow someone says my Windows 2. So just to take the backup of this one also here. But because we have the many sub accounts are connected, many members are using this cloud connector here. Right. So it's created the backup here. So just change this to the SAP Windows 1. So we can recover it. Tomorrow something goes wrong, so we can just use this one, so we can recover it. This tunnel 27, we can use it. We can recover it here, right? We can recover this one here. So now what is the procedure? If this is the primary SAP Windows 1, we have the Windows 2 here. So what we have to do this one here? What we have to do this one here? Here we need to both the side we need to we both the side we need to enable the HA configuration. There is a high availability configuration. You can see it here. both the side we have to enable it here. Here, this is become, now we will call it as the SAP Windows 2 as a become a shadow here, right? So become a shadow here, right? You can see connection to the shadow installation here. So now just password, you need to re-log in here. Okay, just go to the here, the master host. What is the master host here? SAP Windows 1. What is the master port number here? 8443 here. So what is the own host here? SAP Windows 2 here. Check interval and takeover delay, standard one. We are using this one, right? So this is a own host. SAP Windows 2 is our secondary shadow. Here, there is a primary, secondary, not the concept here. Here, just the words are slightly changed to the, this is the master, this is the shadow here. This is the shadow here. So most of the time in the technical discussions, so is it possible to, why? Because HA, the cloud connector is the very important for the configurations, right? So is it possible to configure the cloud connector in the HA mode? Yes. In that case, what are the steps we need to perform it here? The steps and all. So both the cloud connectors are up and running on the different host. The version should be same. And also the cloud connector is required the JVM that we will take care of that the cloud connector installation time. And log into the master shadow node that we can just become as a shadow, then log in with the user ID and password. Then we can just provide the primary system details. You need to provide the primary system details. Then so once you just provide the all the details here, just click on the connect button. Just click on the connect button here. So then it will ask the user ID, password of the primary master. Then if the connection works, then the shadow will go and connect to the primary. But it does not allow the high availability. Why? Because here in the master node, in the SAP Windows node, I have not enabled any high availability here. I have not enabled anything here, right? So that's why it's not allowing here. So just click on the enable now. Let's click on the enable now here. So now just click on the connection test again. So let's see. Right. So it is connected here. So it is connecting to your master node, SAP Windows 1. This is the different host, right? So this is the different host here. It is connecting now. It is connecting now. Just click on the refresh button here. See here, high availability, the connected since it is what time it is connected, and it is still getting the response. Same here. It is also connected here. So your SAP Windows 2 connected to the master host and master port number, the most recent check, next automatic check interval and everything. Then it is connected. It is connected since 19th, today only, right? So then what is the master component versions? All the details will be displayed here. Shadow, you won't get all the screens here. Same as like primary, how we have all the screens here. Shadow, you won't get all those things here. But all the connections, see, all the connections got automatically replicated here in the shadow. In the all the connections in the shadow automatically replicated here, mirrored master configuration here. Everything got replicated, everything immediately it will get replicated here. So now you see here, so it got connected to the your connection to the shadow system, and it is done. It is done it here. Everything got connected here now. So now you can see the cloud connector. Okay. So now whatever the things we have in the master node here, whatever the sub accounts, 27 sub accounts here, all the sub accounts in the master shadow, it is available. All the sub accounts, the 27 sub accounts, it is available in the shadow sub account here. See here, the shadow sub account, all the sub accounts 27, it is available here, right? So if we go to the here, if we go to the here, then there is a log file, right? IJS underscore trace log file here, right? So if we go to the here, so we can check the how the replication is happening here, how the replication is happening here, how the replication is happening here, how the tunnel is tunnel. We will call it as the tunnel here in the cloud connector language. How the tunnels are connecting to the your backend systems. So here everything it will be switched to the everything will point to the here automatically it will connect to the here. So now you can see. So this is the last message. This is the last message here, right? This is the shadow. Now you cannot do anything in the shadow now. Why? Because it's a shadow. Directly you cannot do any changes in the shadow system now. Shadow, right? So it means a secondary. So master node, if you do any changes in the here, so automatically it will be reflected to the shadow here immediately. So how? So which means if you see here in the master node, let me check here, refresh. So if you go to the logs and traces, let me review the logs once again. The IJS trace is the very important troubleshooting log for the cloud connectors here, everything here. So here in the security constraints, so Java, Chrome, okay, that's fine, no errors, abnormalities here. So now what I am doing here in the cloud connectors, so in the primary, in one of the sub account, like suppose this is the one sub account ECD, I am going to change it to the so small ECD, something like development, something like that. I have changed it here. Small change I have done it here. Display name I have done the changes here to check the whether it is reflecting to the secondary or not, right? Immediately I have changed it here. I have changed it here. Then I am going to the here. So then you can check your all your mirrored sub account here. So then you can see the ECD development got changed automatically. It got reflected to the here. How fast it got reflected here, right? You can see same sub account, same changes I have done it here, right? So suppose example here we have the again I will revert back same here. I will revert back here ECD to. So let me just change it to the ECD, small ECD. Save it, go to the here. So now you can see, just go to one step back. So now it got changed here. But we can see the changes here. We can verify it here, what's happening in the system here. So we can verify it here. So you can see previously we have up to here we have the log file got referred. So now whenever I do the changes in the master, then this is a shadow. The master pushes the update configuration for the sub account. This sub account master the sub account update master pushes the so update configuration. Two times I did the update of that node. So it is updated here. See here we can see the changes. Means changes are reflecting here. Changes are reflecting here, right? So master is pushing the configuration here. So changes are reflecting here. So now, so any activity, now how can we switch it? How can we take over? How can we do all kind of things here? Now, whenever you create anything here, automatically it will be created. Suppose like, let me take the, so one sub account here, maybe different sub account. Let me try to add it. I think it's already added, but let me see. I think this is already added. Let me find. So I'm doing in the master here, sub account name. So just give me my name here. Already added. Okay, already added. So if you do anything here in the master, automatically it will be switched to the secondary. right? So if any activity, any activity, suppose like there is a OS upgrade, suppose there is a upgrade, cloud connector upgrade, or there is a OS upgrade. So what we have to do in this case here, right? If any OS upgrades or any cloud connector upgrades, so why? Because OS upgrade, if you stop the cloud connector, then there is a huge impact, right? Right? So there is a huge impact for the your business applications, cloud connectors, Ariba, success factors, all that there is a huge impact. Why? Because the Ariba connections, the success factor connections always talk to the your ECC system, so via cloud connector. So if you do something here in the production, so there is OS upgrade, then there is a huge impact for the Ariba, right? So Ariba, CGI, sub accounts and everything will be disconnected and there is a huge impact. So to avoid this one, the production systems, we will make it as a cloud connector in the HA configuration side here. In that case, as a administrators, how can we react? How can we plan our changes in the organization here, right? So in this case, what we have to do, we need to, if you have the primary and master and secondary, you have here primary and secondary, then in this case, you need to plan the upgrade in the secondary here, right? First, you need to plan in the secondary, means shadow, upgrade the shadow cloud connector here, shadow cloud connector here. So once everything is done, everything is okay, then we can switch the roles. How can we do that? This one here. So once you've done it here, there is a switch role option here, whenever, so requesting the switching the role here, which means the shadow will become a master and this primary will become a shadow here, right? Switch the roles once the shadow is upgraded or OS upgrade or cloud connector upgrade is done, then just we can just click on the, so here one more thing is you should be aware here. So whenever you see, whenever you are doing the cloud connector switch over, takeover, everything, suppose you take this one, ECD, here. So when was the last time it's reconnect, whenever it's connected? So today only it's connected, right? Is reconnected here. You can see, so 1634, it got reconnected here, right? So now whenever I am doing switching the roles, now what will happen? Now see, switching the roles, we need to wait for some time. So then the takeover is happening now, which means the secondary will become a master now here. So you will see, you will not get these options here now. Why? Because shadow connector, this small things, you won't get this option here. You will get this option in the primary here. Why? Because now primary is become a shadow now here. All these configurations and everything will be switched to the your secondary here, right? So the takeover is happening now. So just you need to go to the here, switch the roles here, so that the primary, the roles will be switched, then primary will become a shadow, the shadow will become a master here, right? It is switched. Now you see SAP Windows 1, you will get the like log into the shadow installation. Why? Because normally previously the secondary we will get this option, right? SAP Windows 2. Now in the SAP Windows 1, we are getting this option. We are getting this option here. And here, you just refresh it here. It will ask you to re-log in. So in the primary, you see, in the primary, you have so shadow configuration related things here, the mirrored master configuration roles, the mirrored sub accounts here, all got created here. Means this primary will become a shadow now here. Now shadow is primary now. Now shadow is the main thing here. Automatically the host roles also changed here. Host roles also changed here. The only one thing is here, so what I observed is whenever you are connecting to the any system, all the cloud connectors should be, sorry, all the tunnels, this is called the tunnels here. All the tunnels will be reconnected here. See here, previously 6:34 or something now 7:13 p.m. it's got connected here. So it will reconnect. reconnect to the your, so all the tunnels will be reconnected here. So now you can do in the primary, just stop in the primary, then do the OS upgrade or cloud connector upgrade, whatever you want, you can do it here, right? Now, otherwise, if you do some changes here, now we will do the changes in the former secondary. Former secondary means now it is the primary. Let's see whether the reverse replication is happening or not. So let's find out this one here, right? So here, what I will do is Amit, right? So I will say Amit, I will make it as a Amit Dev1 sub account, right? So this is the sub account here, right? I done the changes here. Now go to the here. Now go to the here. Here Amit is there here. Just refreshing the screen. Yes. So it got changed. The cloud connector, the changes got happened here, right? So it got happened. Means reverse replication also automatically happening here. So here, who is doing this one? The thing is, what I observed is in my previous, in the current environment, in the current we had one issue. So I will tell you one issue here. So in my current environment, in the current organization, we have the production in the HA mode, same concept, same only we implemented, right? Same concept we implemented. So OS upgrade is done. Then while doing the voice upgrade, what we will do here, we will rename the profiles here. We will rename the, so host agent profiles and all the profiles, everything is done. And we have renamed the host agent profile in this box. And we have started the cloud connector. This is running fine. And here also we started the cloud connector during the night time. So then it is running fine. Primary, secondary, it's connected, everything is fine. Then the thing is what we did is here host agent we started up and running fine. Here host agent we have not started here. We have not renamed, we have renamed it, but we have not started the host agent here. So what we did is we hand out the system to the business, everything is running fine, everything is running fine. But in the morning onwards, some changes are happened in the primary node. It's not replicating into the secondary shadow system, it's not replicating. So we checked it the logs, nothing is there, everything is fine, everything fine. But we are also not sure, even I am also not sure whether host agent will do this kind of things here. So I'm also not sure. Then what I did is here, so checked the here host agent, fine. Here host agent, oh, host agent is not started here. Then I started the host agent here. Immediately, whatever the backlog is there here, everything got replicated to the secondary. In that case, I came to know, okay, host agent is playing this kind of things here, replicating the changes here. So that time, so I came to know that host agent is doing all kind of changes here. So that is the one of the learning point. So in the current organization here, right? So previously even I was also not aware of. Now I came to know. So the host agent is playing that majority of the role here. So that is the what here switching the roles. Then now you done it.
Before there are other land. I mean, okay. So even I mean, so it means like you can log in with in the two accounts, even though the it is a secondary, right?
Yeah, we can log in,
Normally it
but
is not.
yeah, normally with ANA database, we cannot log in. So don't compare with ANA database, we
Right.
cannot log in, right? But here we can
Mm.
log in, but we can log in to see whether the data is replicating or not, sub accounts are replicating or not, what is the log files switching, only this kind of information we can see. But you don't see here all the informations and everything here, right?
You said if yeah, yeah. You said backup actually is there. Backup also you have taken. Like so,
Right.
is it like as a system that like we normally do a backup automatic backup also schedule?
No, actually, there
For
is
the
no
cloud?
automatic backup actually. The
No,
initially I
right?
told you,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So for third collectors,
That's
there is no automatic backup. I'm trying in other way. So whether we can write any script or not. So, but
okay.
investigations are
Okay.
in progress my currently. So maybe this week I
Hmm.
will get some. Yeah. So still as of now, the SAP
But
standard.
SAP is not providing, right? There is
Yeah.
no kind of backup for
Yeah.
the cloud connector.
Yes. 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 Yes.
There is an
But
option like okay, backup.
yeah, but here we can take it out manual backup only, ad hoc backup as and when required.
Mm,
So
okay.
whenever we do any upgrades or OS upgrades, sometimes what happens, the people will will enable this as a shadow. So they will enable this as a shadow. Then shadow means all sub accounts will be gone. So that's why server side. So server side, I have taken the backup here, Windows 1 and Windows 2. I have taken the backup in case anything required, we can restore it back.
Yeah, currently in our scenario, there is a situation where I got into trouble. Like we have enabled replication and cluster configuration need to be done. So for cluster configuration, yeah, the host agent, there is a command like if SAP hosts CTRL, you have
Right.
list databases. So
Right.
everything should be up and running and it should show green. If it is not showing green, if it is warning, then they won't enable the cluster. So
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, as you said, like host agent, right? So everything is happening in the host agent only, and then so the HDB user store and everything should be working. And if that is not working, then yeah, that the connectivity, that data, there won't be replicated anymore.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for
So
sharing. Yeah. Host agent is the very important here. Looks like a small service, but it will do the small major things here. Host agent. Okay. Yeah. So
One more question. So, what happens to the connection of the on-prem systems? Or
reconnected, it will be reconnected, right? It will be reconnected. Only cloud connector sub accounts will be reconnected. The connections will stay same. You can see if you can just reconnect it, what will happen? Nothing will happen. So it's reachable. The only thing
the
is,
time
yeah,
the time that it takes to switch actually, if that is a long, then there will be some issues, right? So for
right,
example, yeah, if
right.
that is not that is very less, then it is fine. Like in HANA, it doesn't take much time, right, when you take over.
Right.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Here also, I don't think so. We do take. Is it takes 5 minutes or 2 minutes? How much time it will take?
Here, both are in the same network. So both are in the same network, but a
So it
different
doesn't even.
OS. But it's near. Maybe it's a maximum 2-3 minutes we've taken for Shadow took the master role here, administrators.
Ravinder, what is this cross sub account?
Cross sub account. This one is not enabling this cross sub account. Don't know what is this exactly, cross sub account. This option. Cross means I think it's not cross sub account. Not sure what exactly this one. Cross sub account. All the sub accounts here it will be, but cross sub account means maybe it's applicable for the all. I need to investigate what is this one. Yeah, there is a new version of the cloud connector. You can, if you want, we can just upgrade the cloud connector also here. So here we have the lowest version here. If you see 16.1. So if you want to upgrade, you can upgrade the cloud connectors.